Field Reichardt, the Republican, another businessman, in fact, running for Congress, wants to replace Congressman Pete Hoekstra, who has decided to not run again. Instead, he's running for governor. Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice to talk to you.
So are you out there, too, hoofing it? What's your preferred method of campaigning?
Well, we're knocking on doors, and we're in parades, and we're walking main streets, and my message is that we need to be working very, very hard to try to help small businesses gain the kinds of funding that they need so that they can survive. I mean, you have listeners in Manistee and in Ludington and in Muskegon and in the northern part of my district that listen to radio stations that broadcast this program, and all of these people are struggling to find jobs. They're trying to educate their children. They're concerned about the health of the Great Lakes and the rivers that are leading to them. And my campaign is very much aimed at issues. It's not necessarily our techniques of campaigning. I'd rather talk about the fact that in Michigan, we've got very, very big problems. Small businesses are truly struggling to get financing. Mid-sized businesses are having trouble getting financing and expanding their growth. Government is looking over everybody's shoulder and seems to be the only thing that's growing, and we've got to rein that in.
That is not easy to do, though, is it, once you get into the political machine?
When you get into the political machine, that's right. But one of the things that I bring to this this campaign is experience in business. I've been in business for about 30 years, including doing international business. I have substantial governmental experience, having worked in the legislature for Joe Schwartz, who was one of the great cross-the-aisle kinds of politicians. I believe there's too much dissonance in politics today. There's this toxic atmosphere of politics of people going to the right, people going to the left. I think most people want to solve problems from the middle. I understand how to do that. I also administered within state government. I'm the only candidate in this race who's done that. I actually cut a budget in the Department of Commerce by 40% when I went to work in the Commerce Department in 1991, and in the process actually increased our effectiveness and got more done. You need politicians who understand how business works. You need politicians who understand how you work bipartisanly to make things happen across the aisle to solve problems in the middle in this country. And you need people that have understood how to cut government. I'm one of the few that have done that. And I bring something else to the equation. I have a substantial background in international relations. I've been working in international relations stuff since 1973, and in fact have done semi-diplomatic missions in Vietnam, in Poland, in Romania, in South America, and I work very, very hard on the NAFTA treaty. The three things I bring to this race are experience in business, experience in government, experience in international relations, and I'm approaching my whole campaign from trying to solve problems from the middle. We have 160 miles of shoreline of Lake Michigan. We need to be very, very concerned about our environment, and I hear none of my opponents talking about the environment. We have to be very, very concerned about our education of our children. We're one of the few countries on the planet that is still de-investing in education. We have to honor the educators that are out there. We need to look at ways that we can bring more local control to our educational system, and we need to look at the funding issues in education. There's so many problems, and yes, you know, we could talk about the techniques of campaigning, but I would much rather talk about these kinds of issues.
A traditional Jerry Ford Republican is what he calls himself, Field Reichardt.